I'm tired. I don't want to climb tonight.
Okay.
You just stay down there and catch anyone who jumps out.
Yeah, they're...
We'll chuck the shard to you. Yes.
Okay.
Woke up in a lucid dream. Now we're hunting for the shards. We might be an oddball team, but at least we've got no bards. World Walkers.
Hi, my name is Megan McKay. I'm playing Tin, who is a female foraged fighter and a gunslinger. And you can find my work at doodleforfood.com and onetruedino.com.
Hi, I'm Olivia Welch, and I'll be playing the character Ertleby, who is a grandma and also a gunslinger. She's a druid, but she doesn't know it. She just thinks she's really good at gardening. You can find my work at imagingquest.net.
Hi, my name is Jane. I draw the webcomic The Pigeon Gazette, which you can find at thepigeongazette.tumblr.com. I play Vasa, who is a human female rogue.
Hi, my name is Wesley Hall, and I play the dwarven wizard Brummelstone Hammerstorm. I make the comic Nameless PCs, found at namelesspcs.com.
And I'm Pedro, creator and GM of World Walkers. Last time on World Walkers, the group made their way through the Grey, a shadow dimension of broken timelines that never were. Before long, the group began to hear voices. They threatened to tear the group apart until Ertleby found a way to silence the whispers.
I would explain that. Yeah, this is most likely the sounds of things that never happened, or things that never came to be, or things that were erased. Or because I think it's best to ignore it and stay on the path. Hopefully, we can get out of this soon enough.
Can we talk to it? Hello? Hello? I don't know why they'd let you die. That's very weird. Hello?
I kind of go like, shh, grandmother. It's best not to disturb what is not meant to exist.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Grandmother.
You're creating time paradoxes.
Oh,
everywhere.
it talked back to me. It talked back. It said, please help me. What? Do you need help? Do you need help? Do you need help?
Grandmother.
Do you need help? Hello?
After driving the voices away with her insistent presence, the group emerges to an almost familiar location. As you exit the cave, your gaze turns upwards as you look into a dark swirl of gases. Decaying rocks hang frozen far above, with a collection of dying stars surrounding them. Ahead of you, piercing through the ground and reaching into the sky, are dozens of obsidian spires. Rising out of the middle of the spires is an imposing tower covered in runes. At its base, it must be 100 feet wide. Ripped into the sides of the tower at random intervals are caverns. The top of the spire stretches into an impossibly balanced sphere of sheer obsidian, and piercing the small openings around the sphere is a light that can be seen for miles.
Lantern.
I think we found the lantern.
The group snuck and battled their way to the main spire in the center of where Hogarth should have been. Ertleby, determined to reach the top, shifted into a cat and climbed 100 feet up a spire, where she found both inspiration and terror.
Yes.
And you peek your head up above, and inside the enclave, the first thing your eyes find is what must be the Shard of Stardust. It's 6 inches tall, and it shines bright, filling you with creativity. Bookshelves and a finely crafted desk line the walls of the sphere, the first suggestion you've seen that something other than these creatures live here. One of those creatures is up here right now, staring at the shard relentlessly. It's much larger than the others you've encountered, and its spine is rough and exposed. And now, on to the episode.
Ertleby is quite alarmed by this. Because these guys are pretty terrible, right? And didn't one almost kill her last time?
She had a spot of trouble.
She did. She had
There's a pepper of danger.
There was an ounce of near death. So as she sees it turning, she's also been gaining a lot of skills, hanging out with her new buddies. Her most singular wish, is to avoid being seen by passing without a trace, which happens to be a spell I'm going to cast right now. which says a veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you from detection. So, Ertleby whispers to herself, like, I like things that are nice and green. Please, please, please. Don't want to be seen. But she says it in cat form, so it just sounds like a long mule. It's like, meow.
Alright, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
25.
Hold on. It's kind of cutting it close. I rolled really well. I don't want to brag.
So do you have a backup character, Olivia?
Bradley.
It's Bradley. Bradley's my backup character.
Come to avenge his grandma.
I love you, Grandma. I'll earn your love.
How do we explain the grandmother's death? Oh yeah, your grandmother turned into a cat and then climbed up a spire.
No, then she just left. We never saw her again.
Yeah, we never saw her. That sounds like Grandma. I feel like it's Bradley.
So it turns, looks your way, but you have kind of furrowed up and ducked underneath, and yeah, the shadows kind of wrap around you. Even those who looking below, who were keeping an eye on you, they don't see you anymore.
You better be freaking out. You better be like super nervous on behalf of Ertleby.
No.
Cool. All right.
Like you're asking them to avenge you. You haven't even fallen yet. You drop down below and you're kind of wrapped up in shadows, and it doesn't seem to notice you.
The stardust. Very
slowly.
So,
you bring your claws up above, pull yourself up, kind of wrapped in shadows. At this point, the light is so bright in the room that you're worried that if you get too close, you're going to have to re-roll your stealth at disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yeah. Olivia's worried about that, not Ertleby. She's not worried about the D20.
Yeah.
Don't forget that Tin is like climbing up fast behind her, so.
Oh yeah, thank you. I forgot about that.
Wait, that tin is made of noisy metal.
Swift, man. I'm not rusty. That's offensive.
I don't remember your check before. Are you stealthing up there then?
I don't remember doing stealth. I just remember using my turn just to climb.
But
I was
would
like
you
30
like to
feet.
stealth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, it's fine.
I guess if you have to ask, then I think that's a strong hint that I should stealth.
Well, right now you're kind of like. Boop, 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 and...
There's actually one of those like little truck things that noises when it backs up, like beep beep beep.
So technically, if I was within, or I was right at the edge of 30 feet, do I get that cool spell of like potentially being?
Yeah, that's
stealthier?
fine. Yep.
How does that work with my roll? Is it plus 10?
Plus 10. Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a stealth check. Oh my god!
I told you
must be really high.
It's a natural one, guys.
Natural.
Oh!
But it's 11 with the plus 10.
With the robot, they're just made of metal parts.
Alright, so
I thought you did WD-40 today.
Yeah. Old rusty knee.
Wait, I actually have an inspiration point. Does that mean I get to re-roll, technically, right? Or is that how that works?
You're supposed to roll it ahead of time, but you can do it now.
Can't be a natural one twice.
It's a 2.
It's a 24.
All right, so you, Ertleby, you're like on the edge, like I said. You don't even hear Tin coming up from behind you.
In the meantime, Vasa is kind of like pacing silently at the bottom, like should I climb? Should I stay here? Should I climb? Just kind of like, oh, not happy.
Should I stay or should I go?
Can Tin like turn around and do like a really cheesy like thumbs up, like I got this?
And then it just like makes Vasa go like, no, this is getting worse.
Ertleby, what are you doing as Tin
I
approaches?
am, she's completely clueless. Like, she doesn't really care that it's very bright in there. She's gonna continue to sneak along like a fat cat with like little legs. It's just like the little legs are like gingerly plopping one after another. So I think that means do a stealth check with disadvantage.
Yep.
Megan, I see that head shake, and you're right behind me. You'll rescue me.
No, maybe instead of this, like, maybe we should just dash for it instead of padding for it. Just tumbling down, might as well crumble faster.
You got this, Ertleby. I believe.
It's 26.
Did you see Pedro's eyebrows just now? They were like,
I was like, damn.
they were like eyebrows.
No, it was
This
like
one's stealthy.
Jesus. Yeah, these are the softest kitty paws that have ever met the gray. Because
Wow.
yeah, you're still creeping along, just stalking forward, butt in the air. Now he's looking directly at the shard. This creature is. So what do you want to do? Like, you can do whatever you want, but if you're gonna crawl up and try to grab it, I mean, that's not stealth.
I want to crawl on it. That's something we can do, right? You said that in
Absolutely,
your
yeah.
Facebook
Climb on
message.
the, yeah.
Yes.
Are you gonna like roll for a charisma check because you're gonna purr and rub against its ankle?
I'm just gonna. It's like it's looking at the thing I want, right? So if I
Yeah.
crawl on its head, it can't detect that I'm like it.
I'm
like
just
it's
gonna
seeing straight ahead
go
of it.
look up Bartleby's number now, Bradley's number now, because we need to get him ready to join the Avengers. Clearly.
All right, Pedro. I'm like scrolling up the stuff you said about climbing onto a creature. Can I not do this?
You can do it. You can totally do it.
Should never have sent a senile grandmother up there.
A contested roll is all that is required for the smaller character to jump onto the larger one and start clambering around, as if the larger creature is difficult terrain. So what's a contested roll?
The smaller creature uses its action to make a strength or dexterity, an athletics or acrobatics check.
What we didn't know was that Ertleby actually has dementia. She was in her home, her nursing home. At the time,
I got
and
an
she was
11.
Left out.
You got an 11?
Yes.
So you kind of start crawling up its sharp, barbed tail with the teeth at the end, and you make it over there safely enough. But then, as soon as it feels you on its tail, it whips you forward against the wall. So you did not hold on. You take 4 damage and land on your feet, as per the laws of nature.
Oh no!
Nobody saw that coming. Mind blown.
Oh,
Who would have thought that would happen?
Oh man!
You only took 4 damage?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's impressive.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it didn't hit her. It just threw her against the wall, and so I gave it falling damage.
Okay.
So
How much is Ertleby at?
She's got 8.
She's good. She's fine.
8 in total or 8 left?
Tiny
8
Tina.
left.
8
Oh.
hit points left on
Save it.
this of 9 lives. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a cat now.
All right. So it kind of just sniffs and it throws its tail forward, and you crash into the wall and land on the ground, and it just kind of moves its head towards you, and kind of just kind of growls at you and stares at you.
Now that it's distracted, Megan can go grab it.
I'm torn between.
The shard. Get the shard. The cat's already done. The cat's already
Actually, you know
demented.
what? Yeah, I think while it's distracted, I think I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, which allows me to move
Yep.
a small object.
Yep.
And I'm gonna try while she's distracting, I'm gonna be like, get over here.
All right, so Megan, you managed. Now the room is the hovel is about 50 feet deep, so you can move it 30 feet this round. But you do successfully grab the shard and start to move it. Ertleby, what would you like to do? It's staring at you.
Run away.
But what about a dodge?
that's a good point. One of the actions you can take is disengage, where you step away without provoking an opportunity attack.
I'm going to do that.
All right, so you kind of duck low, and then its head, kind of like, if you remember the necks are very long, it kind of elongates and goes further than you would expect. It goes about 10 feet out trying to bite you, but you duck and kind of scurry out of the way. And as it turns, it looks at Tin, and it looks at the shard floating in the air, moving by some kind of mysterious force, and it just does this huge scream, and its wings unfurl, and it's going to take off. So everyone, we need to roll initiative.
Wait, how can it take off? It's in a cave.
It's going to like start running forward, and then it'll jump out and try to fly. Yeah. All right, so Ertleby, you're first.
Ertleby, who is like kind of, I imagined the disengage action being like she's like stepping backwards and then trips over her hind legs and kind of like flumps backwards.
All right.
Sees it turn around and wants to get revenge for having looked a little silly just then. So she concentrates really hard and she tries to bind this creature to the earth.
Nice.
Yellow strips of magical energy loop around it as she thinks really hard and says, meow.
Yeah, you watch as jagged rocks erupt from the ground and lock around its ankles and keep it from taking off. Its turn, it is going to rush forward and it's going to just bite down on the shard.
Damn it!
Oh! No! It ate it!
God.
Oh,
we're gonna have to wait it out, I guess.
Gonna have to give it some laxatives.
Yeah, this is like when the dog eats the wedding ring. It's the classic.
Brumblestone?
Well, hearing the commotion and figuring that's where the action is, it's time to climb, so I'm inspired to go into battle. No dwarf wants to die not on his feet, and I got really connected to Grandma there because she talked about her family. And dwarves come from a large family, so we could really relate.
Yep.
So he hits the building and just starts.
All right, give me a climb check.
Up. 17. Do I have strength?
Yep.
It's 19, I think. 19 then. Yeah, I have the rock stepper, which is difficult for rocky terrain.
Oh,
so
that's right, because you're from Obrimos. Yeah. So you start climbing with no effort almost. You just start quickly scaling up the side of the spider.
It's very Spider-Man.
Yep. Tin?
I'm kind of not sure if we're trying to get this thing to the ground or if we're trying to fight it in this tiny little room, but I guess I'll just step into the room officially, and I'm going to have a True Strike, which gives me advantage on my first attack roll, so I'm gonna cast that and hopefully be able to land a hit on this guy. Okay. Also, I'll just try, and I'll just be like, blah, and be out in the open.
That's the sound effect for True Strike now. I'm gonna clip that out. I guess you said.
That's Tin's way of. She's like computing spell.
Yeah, so you just kind of Ertleby can see kind of a quick flash of light in Tin's eyes as she kind of gains a focus and looks like she's ready to take the creature down the next round. Roberto?
So I guess I'm ready. I'm halfway up the pillar wall.
Yep.
Just try to make my way up all the way to the top. How much? Or is it just my whole action?
Turn? You can get up there almost over the edge this round.
Okay. All right. That's cool. I yell out words of encouragement over the cliff.
Don't wake the other creatures.
Oh, never mind. I don't.
You can
I
do
wave
it,
above the top saying, "Hey guys." You can see my little tiny robot fingers all over the ledge.
Vasa?
Wiggling.
So the moment I heard the roar in the cave, I basically just shit, and then I basically have to start climbing up as well because that's clearly that's where the action is gonna be. So I'm gonna use both my actions because I have 2 actions.
I mean, you can use your action to move twice, and then use your cunning action as your bonus action.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. I'm just escalating up there then.
Ertleby, New round?
So to recap, it just ate the thing.
It just ate the shard.
This will not stand. Ertleby reaches for her gun as her paw transforms back into a human hand and pulls it out. She is going to shoot that shard out of the neck of this monster. So she is going to attack.
All right.
Do an arranged weapon. 16 plus 4 is 20.
That's a hit.
Grandma, go.
12. I do 12 piercing damage.
Nice. So, you watch as the cat kind of forms up into Ertleby again, and as she does, she's already pulling her revolver out of her shawl, and there's a huge crack of thunder as her gun goes off, and it reels back in pain, not expecting that to happen at all. And then from down below, you can hear like as one by one different creatures start to stir.
Oh no!
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure they're all bunnies.
Did the bullet at least, like in a really epic scene, literally puncture through to the other side, carrying the shard out with it?
No, nothing like that. No, nothing like that. It swallowed the stone. It didn't hold it in its neck.
Well, the peristalsis of the esophagus takes a while, and it's got a really long neck, so really it wouldn't have hit the stomach for a brief period of time.
I imagine Vasa saying that as she's like climbing, like, "Oh, really? We have some time before
we have some time before it hits the stomach, the impenetrable stomach."
All right, so it's going to snap its head forward. It's going to move forward a little bit, snap its head, and try to bite down on you. What's your AC, Ertleby?
It's a 12.
12?
No, sorry, 15.
15, okay. So it dives forward and strikes at you like a snake, but you still have a little bit of that feline grace in you, and you kind of roll out of the way. Brummelstone.
Haha!
I will keep climbing. Can I get to the top?
Yeah, you can this round.
So yeah, well, I guess I'll get up there and be like, hey, what's going on? Oh
no.
You gotta catch your breath.
What?
Tin?
Okay. So now Tin has the advantage. Since she was thinking of doing the glaive, but now she's like, maybe I'll try the rifle. So she gets out her rifle instead. 26.
Nice.
That's a hit.
9.
All right.
9 damage.
And so yeah, it kind of recoils and looks in shock at you too, as it's never experienced this kind of pain or it's never witnessed this kind of action before. Roberto?
So Roberto, he climbs up above the ledge finally and sees this a room full of chaos, and I'll just move to try to like get in the way, just so it has its attention on me. So like I go next to it and draw my sword and just. Why is everyone?
No, you got this. You got this. No fighters. You have the high AC.
I walk past. I walk past Vasa. She's just like, no, stop.
No, nope.
But I'm just
like
like,
slow motion.
We have to like. I draw my sword and I just kind of like poke at it. Okay, I poke at it really hard. 17.
That's a hit.
That's a 6 piercing damage.
All right. So you run forward, and as you shout, "Yo!" it looks at you confused, and then you duck under, and you take a quick swipe at its underbelly, and you land a decent blow.
Nice.
Vasa?
Got his attention.
What am I aware of coming from the other caves of the spire?
Oh, yeah. You just hear, like, the growl starting to get louder.
Okay, but is it building when you say it's getting louder, is it the sounds of, like, stirring, or is it, like...
Stirring.
Rapidly...
Creatures waking up and, coming to their senses and...
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So I guess I get over the lip of the spire at this point into the cavern space, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I kind of hiss at everybody. Keep it down. You're waking everybody else up.
Oh.
And then from my point, I whip out my bow and arrow, and I basically shoot. So let's go with let's first see if I hit at all with my little arrow. Well, that's a natural one, so I'm gonna answer that myself.
Yeah.
No. think
You
it's
hit
'cause I'm
you hit
rolling
yourself in the face when you like draw the bow, and then like
Yeah, like something the twang of the bow like cuts my cheek. Yeah, that didn't happen.
There's like one piece of china that you break really loudly.
I just use my arms to climb. Okay, they're wobbly. They're like I'm a artiste.
You're like, that part didn't look cool, but you should have seen me climb up.
Yeah.
Irby, new round.
Hasn't heard the call to be quiet, so she puts away her gun and pulls out a sickle. However, this sickle, as she recalls from last time, does at most 4 damage. So she's like questioning whether or not it's worth charging headfirst in towards this monster, armed with her tiny sickle. How healthy is this thing looking? Is it...
Looks like it works out.
Looks pretty healthy.
Does it skip leg day? Yeah.
It has missed no leg days whatsoever.
Right. It respects itself.
So she like pulls her sickle out dramatically, and then like kind of puts it away slowly, and instead is like, what's a quiet thing? I know, my garden. And in thinking about her garden and what they got up to in Mercurius, she decides to entangle the monster.
So you call forth the vines again, and they rip through the earth, they rip out of the walls, and they try to entangle him, but it just rips through all of them and moves forward.
Oh no!
Unfazed.
Well, Erdelby's been very useless.
It's going to charge past Roborto, so you get a free hit. Opportunity attack if you'd like to take it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's Roborto.
It's going to go past you as well, Erdelby, so you can get a sickle attack if you want.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's charging towards 10, so.
Oh.
God damn it.
I got a 17.
That's a hit.
Erdelby, with her mighty sickle, does 3 damage.
Alright, so you kind of catch it across the leg, Roborto.
14.
That's a hit.
7 piercing.
So yeah, it runs past you. You both get quick attacks and kind of jab at it, trying to slow it down. But to know that while you did do damage, it didn't stop it from doing what it's going to do. I
whisper,
need...
yo!
I need 10 to make a strength athletics check or a dexterity acrobatics check. It's up to you.
I'm so scared, guys.
17.
Okay. So it rushes forward, and then it just slams its head into Tin and knocks her off the side. So
fucking rude.
Can Vasa grab at her?
Let's see. No, but you can make one last saving throw, and I'll let you pick dex or strength, depending on how you describe it, how you're going to try and save yourself from falling all the way down.
Me? Okay. I'm kind of like, and all like, she's gonna get hit, but then she's probably gonna try and like beast it out like Spider-Man with a train, and like just try and like push like and stop like being pushed off the edge.
Well, no, that failed. She tried that. She's off the edge.
Off
the edge, you're in air.
Yeah, but
okay. Well, she imagines that scenario as she's like falling, and then she's like, then she's gonna try and like.
Her brain is trying to like come to terms.
She's like, dang, I was too slow.
It's like that step 1 denial.
Her final memory is that she did survive. It's her happy memory.
She's plummeting. She's like, that was so badass.
She's probably gonna like reach out with like both her hands and try and like just robot strength, like just grab onto like the edge and just like
go gadget arms.
Give me a strength saving throw.
19.
So
holy shit.
You plummet about 40 feet before you kind of snap out of the daydream where you were retconning what just happened, and then throw your hands forward and you kind of grind some of the rock off, but you do manage to save yourself. You're 40 feet down.
You should call out the Scar, your brother.
Long live the king!
You just hear me from far away like, I'm okay. I got it.
Roberto?
So the monster charged Tin or whipped her off the ledge?
His headbutt her off. Like,
Headbutted.
charged forward and just...
Like an ass.
But so we're behind it right now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that wasn't good, so I'm just gonna try and get its attention again. Like, we're not behind it and just stab it in the butt.
It's Roberto's go-to move.
Yeah,
it's called the anal penetrator.
They called me butt stabber.
Rear ender.
Roboto.
I got
the rear ender.
I got a 13 for my hit.
No. Well, for your miss. So you run forward, and it's protective of its back area, and so it kind of raises its butt in the air like it just don't care, and dodges that attack. Vasa.
Seeing as how I just saw my comrade get literally punched over the edge, I'm going to pick the lesser of two evils and try to, dodge, skirt around it inwards of the cave, or at least farther away from the edge.
Are you going into the end zone with Enzo?
Essentially, I just basically... Yeah, I want to position myself in such a way that I'm not push-offable.
Yep.
Yeah.
So essentially, for my own headcanon, if you will, are you on its side or behind it then?
I will be flanking it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So, you gonna go ahead and attack then?
Yeah. I will attack now if I can. If I've come to my wits, so to speak. All right. I'm gonna roll on a surface that's not my laptop because my laptop screwed me over twice now. I'm gonna roll on the floor. Okay, here we go. 14.
That's a hit.
Oh, sweet.
Now, would you like to attack its rear end in an effort to show up Enzo, or are you going to respect his?
No, I'm going to actually cut for its belly.
Nice.
Yeah. So first, I'll be basically using my rapier because it's close quarters. So that's 7 plus 12 makes 19 damage.
Nice. So
I'm just slashing at that belly.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. So you kind of run along its side, and then once you get into a good position, you duck down and you drive your sword into its belly.
Yeah.
And it screams and howls, and it looks like it's finally significantly hurt for the first time. Brummelstone, your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my chromatic orb.
Okay.
So I'll throw a 4-inch orb at it.
What elemental type?
Let's do cold because that feels like the quietest. 19.
That's a hit.
20 damage.
Now, when you cast for flavor, do the spells launch out of your orb, or do you use the orb to channel the spells through your hands?
I use the orb, but I absorb it magically, as though it goes to another timeline and is replaced by a smaller chromatic orb, and then the orb comes back in my hand.
Nice. All right, yeah, so it flies forward, crashes into him. You can see parts of its scale or parts of its skin kind of crossed over a little bit. And
I only did 13 damage. Sorry, I rolled a d10 opposed to a d8.
You know what? It doesn't scream nearly as much.
Yeah, sorry. Just wanted to be fair.
That's cool, thank you. Ertleby
is going to use this turn to heal. She's going to actually transform into something a little heftier than a cat. She becomes Ertlebear. After realizing that her sickles just weren't going to cut it against this guy. And I'm going to burn a spell slot to heal 1d8.
Can you heal when you're a bear?
It says when I'm transformed, and I assumed that was any old thing.
That's probably... Oh, no, that's fair. Yeah, I don't know the player rules as well as I should, because I never get to play, so...
What I wrote down on my sheet is, when transformed, can use a spell slot to heal 1d8 per spell level.
Cool.
And I just did, and I got a 2, and then growl.
All right. Its turn. So 2 of you are near it only.
Yes, I'm the only one unless it's what.
Where a true hero fights his enemy.
Brummelstone, it's your turn already.
I'm going to cast magic missile at it.
All right.
2, 6, 8 damage. 11.
Yeah. So you just kind of fling your hand forward, and a volley of green energy flies out, slams into its side, and it howls, and it looks bruised from that. It looked like that was a pretty significant hit.
I yell out a little help, guys. Looking around.
Tin yells, "I'm coming!" And I'm gonna
be there momentarily.
Yeah, I'm gonna use action surge. So I think what that means is that I could probably use to like during one move climb up enough to get back into the room. I think.
Yeah, it gives you 1 additional action.
Yeah. That's what I want to do. Let's see, I'm gonna say, noise be damned, and I'm gonna get out my rifle, because I'm gonna be like, fuck this guy. I, like, just look really pissed off, like, so I'm gonna roll to attack this motherfucker.
Don't miss. It's a great narrative building right now.
Yeah.
Megan, you look pleased.
I got a 9. But...
Teen?
No, a 9.
Okay. Alright, so you see Tin climb over the side, and she slams her fist into the ground, picks herself up, flings the rifle off her back with one hand, and quickly lines up a shot, maybe too quickly, and misses. Roberto?
You should stop no-scoping it.
Never.
I'm just gonna stab it more. And, I don't even need to say it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
In the butt.
In the butt!
You should call yourself the closer.
I got a 20 in total.
Alright, that's a hit.
With 7 piercing damage.
7 piercing. Alright, so you do stab it this time in the buttocks.
Yes! Oh, they call me the proctologist.
Vasa. See, now you have something to talk about when your parents come over. And then Enzo lined a shot at.
Yeah. It's time for your yearly
Enzo?
exam.
Oh, he's a doctor.
Bend over and cough.
Alright, well, I sort of run in again as it's dealing with its pokered anus. And I go for the same side that I had gouged before, and I basically try to gouge the same spot to add towards the wound.
Yep.
Let me roll my d20. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Oh.
Nice!
So
Yes!
with my dexterity mod, that's a 26.
Nice. So, everything is times 2, including your sneak attack.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Okay,
fuck.
so see, it makes sense since I'm attacking the same area I was before.
Yep.
Every movie tells you that does more damage. 36 damage.
36 damage.
Oh,
So,
shit!
you
And
drive your...
then I use my final cunning action to engage.
Alright. So, you watch as Vasa drives her blade all the way to the hilt into the creature, and then quickly, tumbles away, backflips away, as the creature falls to the ground.
Damn!
Bitch!
That was like an epic
That's
takedown.
my-
That was such a cool combo move. Excellent.
Alright, so yeah, it crashes to the ground.
Is it dead or is it just fake?
It's dead. Well, I mean, I guess you don't know. But that would be a tremendous Oscar-worthy performance if it allowed the blade into its gut and said, "Can't wait to see their face in a second."
So I would immediately, as soon as the dust settles and it looks like it's dead, I would immediately ask, "Where's the fucking shark?"
Oh, looks like we have to, do a little digging.
Well, I don't know where it is because I was downstairs.
Oh.
And then all the
Yeah.
things happened.
Oh, right. We don't know. I didn't see it.
Tin.
Well, you can see the light start to pour out of its gut.
Oh, okay. Well, then I immediately dash in with my daggers and start cutting away.
I would advise that one of the Forge do it, since its blood has that spell
does
that...
it?
Or, well, it's still part of it. We don't really know, so maybe it's like... Maybe just proceed with a little caution.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that its blood had happened.
Oh, okay. Well,
think-
then Bordeaux goes over and starts slicing at the belly.
It
And
was
I
already
say,
back there.
and I say, I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
Oh my god.
Brumblestone laughs as he remembers that's a reference to a play they've seen before.
Oh my god.
Good
Alright.
brother. Good one.
Vasa would walk to the edge of the cavern and sort of like look down with their passive perception, just to check with the theme or the action of the environment.
There are about 10 to 15 creatures all patiently waiting inside their caverns awake.
So basically, what would happen would have like you would have seen Vasa's head poke over the edge and then immediately poke back and be like, "All right, guys." Yeah, like that's a really quick disappear because that's how it happens.
Wait. Would you say that Vasa took one step closer to the edge? I'm about to break.
She's not about to faint. Or not about to break, yeah.
Sorry. So sorry.
No, you're fine. I was with you.
So you watch as that blood spills. It's just boiling with that purple arcane-like energy that you first recognized before Roberto and Brumblestone.
Has Tiny Tin acquired the stone yet? Shard?
Oh yeah,
Roberto, I think.
she's also in there, kind of.
Both of you?
Searching in the guts.
It's like a family double dare kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what is that? Like those mystery boxes where you're like, oh, what's that? Grapes?
I want to, and Brumblestone would look around the room, especially if there's like any books or writing or something.
There's lots of books in here. The desk has books and piles of notes. The bookshelves have books on them, of course.
He's looking to see if he can figure out who lives. Like obviously these creatures aren't reading this. So.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. So you start flipping through there's journals, notes, and books. What do you want to flip through first?
Shades of Grey.
We'll start whatever. I remember you described a fancy writing desk at one point. I would look on top of there to see maybe what looks most freshly written.
The notes that you see on the desk all have to do with the spell plague, and they look like formulas.
Not like this.
Thanks for listening to World Walkers. Follow us on Twitter at WorldWalkersPod or like us on Facebook at facebook.com/WorldWalkersPod. If you want to see World Walkers grow, consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/WorldWalkers. Patrons get rewards such as art from the group, early episodes, and a chance to hang out in live draw sessions with the group as we talk shop. Thanks to Syrinscape for the music and sounds you heard in today's game. You can find them at Syrinscape.com.
I want it to be like in a comic book where they all think I'm dead, and then I get to see them all cry, and then reveal I've been alive this whole time.
It's like Professor X.
Only after everyone's been really sad for a prolonged period.
Did you ever see those issues of X-Men? Like, he did that all the time, where he would fake his death, and they'd be like, "You killed Xavier," and he'd come around the corner like, "Did they, Scott?"
Boom! Prank war 1. I feel like Xavier should
like, I thought you were dead. Yes, precisely the plan. And like he would mind wipe people and make them think he was dead.
Oh my god! What an
Just like
ass!
this one move.
Nice. All right. So what I gotta roll?
D&D. Give me a second. The creature can break free and move half its normal speed by using a full round action to make a DC 20 strength check or a DC 20 escape artist check. A creature that succeeds on a reflex save is not entangled but can still move at only half speed.
That might be a Pathfinder spell because they don't have reflex in here. I'll look it up real quick.
Does it have acid reflex?
Entangle.
Oh my god, Dad.
Strength saving throw. What's the DC I gotta beat?
Why don't you roll first and we'll tell you?